I do not make it a secret on this channel that I am not a fan of Makita tools. And it's not because Makita tools aren't good. They're good. They're great, like 95% of the time. There's a couple other factors. Number one is they're extremely cocky. I mean, very, very cocky. Number two, they never have deals. And that just tells me that they don't care about their consumer base because we're Makita and we're not going to compete with Milwaukee or DeWalt. So that aggravates the crap out of me. Number three, their marketing is not good, in my opinion. It's scattered. When you get a new tool release, it says new, but it was released 3 months ago, or you can't find information. It's just not good. Number four, that pesky Makita gnome. But that's okay. I understand that some people get upset with me because I'm not a fan of Makita. We don't have to agree on everything. I will give them credit though, when credit is due. And today is one of those videos. I'm excited about the tools that I'm seeing announced by Makita. They say new, it could have been out a year ago, but this is the first I'm seeing it. So let's just talk about it right now. All right, let me give you some backstory real quick. This is the Makita 18 volt LXT. It's a 16 gauge cordless 2.5 inch straight finish nailer. I did a review on this years ago when it first came out, and I hated it. I absolutely hated this nail gun. It was heavy, it was bulky, and it didn't sink the nails good at all. And I tried a second one and it did the exact same thing. And to be quite honest with you, at $389, well, you can go out and purchase a Milwaukee at, well, let me see their price. Well, $349, and this thing is much sleeker, much lighter, and works much better. So you can imagine how excited I was when I seen this email come across. I'm a little confused though. Maybe it's me, I don't know. But let's talk about this. This is the new XNB05. I'll try to attach these to the shopping bag below. And here's the other model number here for this. There's a few different nailers. They're sleeker. They're more modern looking. They look lighter. I like the design of these. I think they look real nice like. We're going down here though, is the 18 volt LXT brushless 2.5 inch straight finish nailer, 16 gauge, drives a range of 16 gauge brad nails. I thought those were two different things. From 3/4 inch to 2.5 inch with a magazine capacity of up to 110 nails. Marketing team also says on this one here, the 18 volt LXT brushless 2.5 inch angled finish nailer, 16 gauge, drives a range of 16 gauge brad nails. I thought brad nails were brad nails and finished nails were finished nails. Am I wrong about this? I think maybe this might be wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm in a bizarro world, but let me know if that's correct. Is that a misprint on Makita's half? Maybe not. Maybe people call finished nails brad nails. I don't know. But the other one here is the 18 volt LXT brushless 1/4 inch narrow crown stapler. 18 gauge, drives a range of 18 gauge 1/4 inch narrow crown staples. They didn't say brad nails in this one, but a 1/4 inch staple 3/8 to 1.5 inch with a magazine capacity of up to 110 staples. And I like this design. I think it looks real nice like. Down here, it says coming soon. It says available soon. New. This is the 18 volt LXT brushless 2-inch brad nailer. It says it drives 18 gauge brad nails from 9/16 to 2 inch. I'm surprised it doesn't say it drives finished nails. That's what I mean. Marketing. Is it just me? Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Like, are people calling finished nails brad nails now? Is this something that I'm not reading because it's early in the morning correctly? I would love to know that sweet feedback in the comment section below. Up to 110 nails. Now, there were recent releases, and this right here is the 21 degree full round head framing nailer. Drives plastic collated framing nails. You can read that. Surprised it doesn't say brad nails. And then the 18 volt brushless 30 degree clipped head 3.5 inch framing nailer. So it took them a while to come out with the framing nailer that was not pneumatic, but they have this one. And I don't know how they work. I've never used them, but I'm glad they have them. But let's get back to these nailers here. All right, so I do want to point something out here. So I'm reading this with you. I have not seen this before, but I've noticed down here when I clicked on this. So 1.5 times faster nailing speeds. Okay. Weighs only 6.6 pounds. Now, what they have here is the previous nailer, which I had mentioned, I want to make sure that's the correct nailer. Let me see. Okay, yep, this is the nailer that I showed you beforehand. This is the big bulky one. What I can appreciate that Makita did, and what I can respect that Makita did, was this scale picture here. This is saying 8.4 pounds. They did not put the weight up against another nailer. They put it up against the previous bulkier, heavy nailer, saying that they made this thing better. And I can appreciate that instead of just like, you know, a lot of these companies like to bash each other, you know, and say how much better they are than each other. But they actually say, hey, listen, this is better than the previous model. So I can respect that. So it does look like we have a price on this. Here's some of the features, by the way. I don't know if you can read them, but powerful drive, nail, sub flush, and they're both hardwood. And that was one of the issues that we had with the previous model, or I had with the previous model. It just would not sink anything past flush, and you'd be lucky to get it flush, especially on like the harder woodage. Drives the most nails per charge in its class, up to 2,750 nails per charge with a 5 amp hour battery, and 1,100 nails with a 2.0. So that's not bad. The price on this thing is going to be $399. So you're looking at a few dollars more than what you would find in a Milwaukee or many other brands out there. So once again, Makita not willing to compete price-wise with a lot of these other brands and keeping their stuff much higher, $400 for this nailer. And just so you know, that is not the retail price. That is what they actually have it going for when you hit add to cart at $399. Now the angle finish nailer, you're probably getting a lot of the same here at 6.6 pounds. You got the features, 2,750 nails, 1,100 nails with the 2 amp hour, the 2750 with the 5 amp hour. So, and you can see that this is digital up on the top here. If I can zoom this in, maybe I don't know if I can zoom that. Like I said, let me go to see if I can find more pictures. I can do one better. They have a video here. Oh, my side. Pull something, getting old, weak, and feeble. Why does that thing look so big? Oh, it's because he got his gloves under there. I was like, why does that thing look so big? He got gloves that match. So this is the cordless nailers. And yeah, much, much sleeker. Got some digital stuff going on the side over here. What is that? So I'm guessing you're going to have the Rambo / bump mode. You're going to have the single fire. Delivers the performance of pneumatic. So that's your mode selector. Okay, pretty cool. And I'm wondering on the other side, is that... No, I don't... What are the buttons on the other side? Let me see if I can find a better picture of that. See those buttons right there? What is that? Oh, okay. So that's a different nail gun. And your mode is on the side of one of them. And then on the back end of the other nailer, that's where the mode is. Okay, I thought there was like a bunch of digital stuff going on over there, so that's what it is. So one has the selector up on the back side, and the other one has it on the side. So, okay, whatever. This one here, which one's that? What is that? What is that, 4,000? 250 nails per charge? I don't know which one that is. I'll look and see. But yeah, so that's the video. And let me show you a couple of the other nailers that they came out with. I mean, good for them. Listen, good for the Makita Gnome and Makita updating their stuff. I mean, it's always good to see them updating their stuff. Okay, so this is the crown stapler. And the crown stapler is the one that has this right here. The selector mode on the side doesn't have it up on the back like the previous one. And then specs, this one here, by 6.59 pounds, and then features, okay, 4,500 staples with a 5 amp hour, 1,800 staples with a 2.0. So yeah, much better. And then there's your adjustment knobs, and then again it's 6.6 pounds. And then this is your Brad nailer here, and this is 4,250 nails per charge. And this is 1,700 nails per charge with a 2 amp hour. So a 5 amp hour, you're going to get 4,250, and then 1,700 with a 2 amp hour. And then drives range 18 gauge brad nails from 9/16 to 2 inch. Capacity up to 110 nails on here. And just to show you, both at $400. What is the crown stapler? Wow, the crown stapler is also $399. I mean, you can get the Milwaukee crown stapler plus a pair of glasses for $277.60 or 26, $277.26. So you know, I mean, even Flex $259 for their crown stapler. And I gotta ask you, so like $349 for the DeWalt narrow crown stapler, which I would never buy. This thing is so freaking bulky. It is huge. But it's like $349 at the Home Depot. But if you buy it at Bed Bath & Beyond, which I didn't even know they were still a thing, you can get it for $298, $38. So if you're looking for the DeWalt narrow crown stapler, get it at a pretty good price over there. I mean, there is no price variation for any of these nailers. I mean, $399 for the framing nailer. So the narrow crown stapler is just as expensive as the Bare Tool framing nailer, which makes no sense to me. And same thing for the 21 degree full rounded head nailer. It's $399. What's a free? Oh, you get a free bat ray with this one. You know, that might be great for some, but if I want a nailer, I don't always need a free bat ray. I might have 300 Makita bat rays. I just want to pay a lower price for the nailer instead of throwing me in a battery. And this is the stuff that drives me crazy with them. I will say this though, it's not as bad price-wise for the framing nailer. I thought it was going to be way more expensive than that. I mean, even the Milwaukee framing nailers, you're looking at $429 right now. So they just said $400 for everything and pick which one you need the most. So there you go. They do have some new nailers, and credit where credit is due. It is a good thing to see that Makita updated their nailers, which they really needed to. And they look pretty legit. Do they work great? I don't know. You know, price-wise, that's up to you whether or not you're going to spend the money on these things at $400 a pop. But all I can do is bring you the information. If you like this video, check this one out right here. We'll be back with more videos soon.